So I have a lot going on right now. I'm leaving tomorrow to go to the Vancouver boat show. Yeah, Haley and I realized we only have a couple months before we're back to living on the boat, and it is nowhere near livable. I'm doing the plumbing from scratch here. I'm priming and painting and sanding everything, and mistakes are bound to happen, and they did happen. I mixed my chemicals in a way that has turned this entire wall into a gummy, horrible mess that I have to strip down to bare wood. And if I just had a little bit of clarity, I think I could have avoided this altogether. And I knew this was on the way, and I kind of wish it came a few days sooner. They sent us out sharper mind and calm energy, which is exactly what I need right now. We'll crack into it and let you guys know what we think.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm actually genuinely curious what it tastes like. I've seen so many other people like ramble on about the flavor, but now we get to find out.
Lower stress.
Oh, good. I need that.
So I'm seeing lots of vitamin D and lots of vitamin C, so that prevents scurvy too when you're out at sea.
Hell yeah.
That's great. Very low grams of sugar too. Let's do a sniff test first.
Oh. Wow.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, dang.
That is so good. I actually really like that. I could chug 2 liters of this, no problem.
Can't really tell
I
what...
would be like Gandalf at that point if I chugged that many.
It does kind of remind me, and this isn't a bad thing, of like a lip gloss I had in the 2000s that was like a tropical fruit flavor.
Yeah, that's good. So Haley and I are gonna keep tackling these every day for the next 7 or 8 days, and you guys will know all about our thoughts and feelings on it by the time we're done.
Yeah, I guess we'll see if it works.
Yeah.
But it was tasty. I feel like it was, good for me. Maybe this will get us through the day, through the shitty jobs, because I do not want to do it today.
Yeah, I'm struggling right now. This is the worst.
Nobody likes sanding the ceiling top sides, the cabin top sides. So,
yeah.
Especially not me right now. Okay,
now that we are endowed with magical powers, we're going to get back to work.
But do we have to get back to work?
Okay, enough boat work. Time to get to Vancouver, to BC Place specifically, to go to the Vancouver International Boat Show. So we're at the Vancouver Boat Show, and I'm going to try and track down a couple of products worth taking a look at. First thing on my list is outboard. It's electric, it's a 9.9, and I want to go check it out. And there's probably going to be a couple other cool things along the way, so hopefully I can find some stuff that you guys are keen on looking at.
Okay, so this is our first electric outboard in the industry,
Yep.
and this is our Laris. So our electric line is going to be called a Laris moving forward,
Yeah.
to kind of differentiate between the rest. What makes us different than everybody else in the industry on our electric outboard is that we are not battery specific.
Not proprietary batteries.
We do not sell batteries. We're not in the battery business.
Build my own bank and connect it on.
Do whatever you need to do.
What voltage does it run at?
So you can do 48 volt or 60 volt.
Oh, cool.
So you just choose through the gauge. So it comes with a 3-inch LCD gauge, and then you choose in that gauge what voltage you're using and what type of battery you're using.
Does it have a tiller handle?
The tiller handle option is available mid-July, like a week or so. Yeah, so right now this particular unit, when we sell it to the dealer and then the dealer sells to the consumer, it comes with a binnacle control box that's fly-by-wire, and then it also comes with a 3-inch LCD gauge, again, because that gauge is how you control everything. It's how you log into the motor, get it started. It gives you what your throttle position is. It gives you how much battery life you have. It gives you what speed you're going. So it does have a built-in GPS unit as well.
And so it's equivalent to 9.9?
Yes. So
what does that equate to in electrical output?
Well, it's 6 kilowatts. So that's why 6.0 is 6 kilowatts. So the hardest thing to overcome in the electrification of outboards is we're all used to horsepower.
Yeah.
And we know what horsepower is, but none of us know what kilowatt power is.
Exactly. Right? It's the whole amp hour, kilowatt hour.
Exactly.
Yeah, totally.
But again, the nice thing is you can use whatever battery type, so your price point can be way lower versus everybody else.
Yep.
And you can do some aftermarket batteries out there that are lithium. But nowadays, I mean, you can get some decent aftermarket lithium batteries for 2,000 US or 3,500 Canadian,
Absolutely,
that
yeah.
are actually reliable batteries to use in that lithium
Totally.
category.
And-
The other thing is power tilt and trim.
Oh, really?
We are the only electric outboard in this horsepower category that we have standard PTT. It's not a power tilt, it's a power tilt and trim, which gives you power tilt and also be able to trim out under
Yeah.
full power. So if you're
That's
in a dinghy
Yep.
like that, you can actually trim the nose of the boat up, get
What
more
about
speed, better
whale
performance.
tails or anything like that would be.
So we do
that'd be
have an
appropriate?
optional anti-ventilation plate that isn't optional because it's not required on every application.
Yep.
Some applications it may be required if you're ventilating the propeller.
Yeah.
Then that's just that you would go back to the dealer and say, I need to purchase this anti-ventilation plate.
Amazing. And what does it weigh?
It's 70 pounds.
What would that be? What is an average 9.9?
So Tohatsu has the lightest weight, 10 horsepower, 9.8 in the industry and the gas stuff, and it is that one's 85 pounds.
Oh,
So 15
amazing.
pounds lighter.
Yeah, perfect.
So-
Power to weight ratio always helps.
But the nice thing about the standard PTT, this 70 pounds, most of it's here, right? Here's the plastic thing, I'll put it back in later. All your weight's down here, right? So this majority of that weight of that 70 pounds is there. So again, if you were manually tilt like every other 6 kilowatt
Yep.
equivalent in the market from everybody else,
Impossible.
you're trying to do this. It's possible, but it's trying to lift that up.
Yeah.
Most people are going
It's
to have
already
a hard time.
enough when the motor's here, let alone
Exactly.
down there.
So it's very awkward. Again, with this being standard PTT, you hit the button, it goes
Amazing.
up, goes down. Done with it.
Sweet. And we were reading in the manual passive cooling, which is basically tech talk for it's submerged in water and you
Exactly.
do nothing. Absolutely.
That's all it is. So
Yeah. So there's no moving parts, nothing to service down there. How about serviceability? Is there?
yeah. So it's basically maintenance free. So no oil changes, no winterization, no water pump propeller changes. There's really nothing you got to do.
hard to beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
This is my like holy grail. This is what I want to travel the world with. But what is the price point?
MSRP is about 12.5.
12.5.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, it's a new market, and
Yeah, it is. It's got a niche market right now, so we're kind of looking at the inflatable market and pontoons in the U.S. and some
Yep.
other inland parts of Canada and sailboats. So
This-
we do make this in a
This
15-inch shaft, a 20, and a 25-inch.
Oh,
So
wow.
ultra long for your sailboat or whatever.
I
too.
bet you this would be incredible on one of those catamaran ribs.
Yes.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
just so efficient.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing.
Oh.
Thank you for your time.
Okay, no problem. Appreciate it.
So we have water makers here, something every cruiser should have, obviously. And what I like about this company, this is Steven from EDS Marine, and they supply water makers, and they have an install one and they have a portable one, and they have some pretty incredible features with these, particularly how low the amperage draw is on this and the fact that it runs off 12 volt. And I'll let you take over.
Yeah, let me tell you about this one here. This is our Zen 30 water maker. Runs off 12 volts, and you're making 30 liters an hour at only 9 amps, so really incredibly efficient. It's also really compact and small, so only about 12 inches in depth.
You were saying it could go on its side too.
Yeah, you could install it on the side or upright, depending on your boat situation and spacing. So extremely compact, and it comes with all the components that you see here.
Oh, nice.
And these are all modular. It can be installed anywhere on the boat. So really easy to install, and it's very easy to operate. Everything works at just a push of a button, and very simple. Basically, the water comes in through your through hull, and that's where your seawater feeds in through. And then it goes through the trash screen, which takes out the logs and frogs, so to speak. And then it comes through the 5-micron filter here for finer filtration. And then in through the membrane, which does all the heavy lifting. And that takes out the salt and contaminants out of the water, and then produces fresh, clean drinking water.
And this goes through the regular having to pickle them and replace the filters on occasion. What kind of lifetime are people seeing out of these filters around here?
Yeah, that's a great question. So the membranes are seeing about 7 to 10 years before you have to replace it or do anything with it, which is really incredible for ease of operation.
That's
and
with
lack of
thorough
maintenance.
pickling and like good being on top of your servicing,
Yes,
right?
exactly. And then the carbon filter you want to change once a year or once a season, depending on your usage. And then the sediment filter you change every 2 to 3 months. Whenever you see a high pressure alarm, that's kind of your cue to change that guy up
Makes
because it might be
sense.
clogged up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so very simple maintenance. It's not like the old conventional water makers that have a lot of switches and gauges to monitor. Everything just works at the push of a button.
That's the worst part about them. Honestly, you just go to fire it up and you're just studying all these things and checking all the little pressures, and they've been too complicated. They've been dauntingly complicated. But this
absolutely.
just being all in one, there's just a pressure gauge.
Yeah, very simple.
Yeah.
So the simpler the better. It's very elegantly designed in that regard.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
And then the portable one,
Yes.
which is basically this more or less, but completely self-contained with all the bonus filters and everything.
Yeah, so it's similar to that one, except everything comes in this easy carrying case. It's about 55 pounds. Everything's all in one complete unit here. And you basically put the hose right in your water source, be it seawater or a lake or a pond.
Just
And
put it on your
power it up.
aft las, chuck it in the water, and fill your tank. It's so good.
Exactly, yeah. And all you need is a solar panel or a generator, and you can run it anywhere, and everything works off the push of a button.
And the electrical draw was 9 amps?
Yeah, it's about
Per hour?
it's 110 watts, which is about 8 or 9 amps.
And that's for 1 hour, and you get how many liters out of that?
You get 30 liters, which works out to be 7.8 gallons an hour.
7.8 gallons. I've got 37 gallons on my boat. It would take a couple hours. I'd be topped up, barely touch my batteries.
Exactly. It's perfect for about 2 to 4 people.
Yeah, and to my mind, this strikes me as an ideal solution for a boat in the 35 to 45 foot range where space is minimal and the install would be super. Like, I have spaces in my 40-foot boat that could fit, and that says a lot.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
The old ones with the huge membrane, like, where the hell?
Yes.
Yeah.
They used to be like car engines.
Yeah, truly. Yeah, some of them look like full-blown generators.
Yeah.
This
It's
is
really, the
way
technology
better.
has come a long way, and this is the latest and greatest right here.
Yeah, sweet, amazing.
Awesome. Well,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Appreciate it.
All right, cheers.
Yeah, thank you. All right, let's go find something else to look at.
I found this guy too. This is the Arco Zeus, which is a Bluetooth alternator regulator. And the main goal with this is to allow you to charge your lithium-ion batteries directly from your alternator. Something we're definitely going to have on Thunderchild. This event is largely local distributors, so it wasn't much of a corporate event. There isn't a ton of new innovative products to be able to show off. I am here participating in the BC Content Creators booth, so obviously all of us content creators went out for some drinks and lovely food. Thank you so much to Rob and Tia for organizing all of this, and to Daryl for paying for this evening's festivities. There were quite a few familiar faces for me there, but a whole lot of new ones. And I think all of us have formed a pretty strong bond at this point and are all very excited to go sailing together this summer. I'll put together a little list at the bottom with all the different creators that are here. It's too many to mention, and hopefully you recognize some of them. If you do, drop a line in the comment. Eventually the evening wound down and I worked my way back to Burrard Civic, where I'd stay on my friend Andrew's boat. But not before Maya, Aladino, Simon, and myself give sailing vessel Yare a hand getting their diesel started. It's always something, but what a great group of people to be doing this with. The view of the Burrard Street Bridge never gets old. So beautiful. It is chilly, chilly, chilly. Just waking up here on Andrew's boat, and I have to walk by Granville Island to get to the boat show again today, so I'll probably go check out the Granville Island portion of the boat show. But traveling here yesterday, spending the day at the boat show, and then getting back here was incredibly exhausting. Exhausted socially, exhausted mentally, and I hope this lives up to its promise. I've been taking it for 3 days now. I've just had go-get-it energy all day, which is kind of unusual for me. I definitely always have a crash out period in every day, so I need my magic mind. I need it for the next 3 days. I'm definitely not at 100% right now, and I need to be. So let's get it. It's actually so tasty.
Yo! I'm at the boat right now. Barry's out at the boat show and it's my day off. Obviously, I could have sat at home and had a really restful day, but we got a boat to fix. Me and Barry keep referring to like this part of the build as like they're not being fun jobs right now. So still got some sanding to do on the cabin top sides. Got a bunch of fiddly hand sanding to do in like little weird corners. None of that's fun. I'm pretty tired. Just been feeling like pretty bogged down. I think it's obviously the weather. So gonna take a magic mind. I did actually notice like I didn't take one yesterday. By the time I got home from work I was bagged. So, and then the day before I actually came home and managed to get a bunch of stuff done. But this energy I have right now is neither calm nor clear nor excited to do any of this stuff. So hopefully this will help. Yeah. I have a variety of other drinks to help me get through the day. Got some coconut water. And then if it gets real nasty, we got a Caesar. Hopefully we don't get here. We want to be here, but if we get here, that's not ideal. So I'm gonna start sanding. Also, another one of the things that I have to do today is you see this foam there? That's all stapled on, so I have to pull every single staple off. And thank God I got an old rusty screwdriver for that. Yeah, I'm gonna get started. I don't know if there'll be much of an update after this. It's just gonna be, we'll be priming eventually. But yeah, hopefully I can have a productive day thanks to Magic Mind.
Alright, just walking. There's buildings going up over there, so it's been like a 2-mile detour just to get back to the seawall. It was literally right over there, but it took me forever to get right here. Anyway, I'm beside Granville Island now, and there's a portion of the boat show that is here, so I'm gonna go do a little walk around and see if there's anything worth sharing. But otherwise it kind of just looks like a bunch of yacht brokers, so if the next sequence is me just back at the boat show, you'll know why. But there's some pretty cool looking boats if you're into power boats, which I'm not into them.
Yeah, nothing that exciting. But I did make contact with the folks at Blue Water Cruising Association, and I think that's a valuable contact for me to have. As you can see, Sailing Nahoa showed up and spent some time at the booth. Very cool to be able to spend some time with them. Very, very capable sailors. All right, Ben and Allie are gonna give their talk about their Pacific trip. So I'm gonna catch in on that. Here's the homies, woo! Sailing home, go check them out. We got our dude over here. Yeah, it's gonna be good. So the talk was going to be about their grounding. If you haven't seen that, definitely go watch it. Breaking Waves, Ben and Allie, they ended up unfortunately going aground on a reef, and it was pretty rough.
Yeah, that's still hard to watch. So yeah, we showed in videos, but we obviously couldn't go for as far in depth in like an hour-long video as we could in a chat. So we're gonna try to get into this a little bit with you here. So we weren't in the channel anymore when this happened. We had moved to an inside anchorage.
We spent the evening drinking, playing pool, and hanging out with all of our friends. I had a couple people show up from Seattle and from locally in Vancouver, and it was just such a wonderful evening spent with wonderful people who all appreciate the exact same thing in life: adventure, travel, sailing, and good people. And shout out to Yan, who drove all the way from Seattle to hang out and give me a couple little goodies for Thunderchild. I made my way back to Andrew's boat and got some much needed rest, eventually making my way back to Gabriola Island the next day. Whoa, thanks for watching this week's episode, much appreciated. A little bit of a detour from the usual, and I guess from here on out, it's probably season 3.
I thought the season 3 already started, but let's go.
So yeah, this has some preview stuff of what's going on in the boat, but yeah, we'll deep dive into all of that starting next week.
Thank God, we're running out of time, so
Yeah.
we gotta get it done.
So, Magic Mind, what are your thoughts?
I really liked it when I was working on the boat.
Yeah, it kind of gave me a constant, sustained energy.
Gosh.
Sounds like I'm lying. Honestly, genuinely, it really was like a constant. Like I was able to go like 8-10 hours without having to stop. It was cool.
Yeah, it made some of the sanding more tolerable, for sure. Like, no doubt. It really, really helped with feeling bogged down from the winter weather. I think was like the main thing I noticed. But it didn't come with like the shakiness of like an energy drink or like espresso, because I don't like either of those things. But it was just like a really nice clean energy boost that made me feel more focused.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was great. Honestly, I wish I could take them every day. I would probably be a better person and I'd get a lot more done. But
Right, exactly. I think that's their whole claim to fame. That's that exact pitch, right?
it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It's nice to have.
Yeah, there's over 200 studies done on it. It's been pretty well vetted and tested. This is kind of the general reaction by a lot of people, so it's not just Haley and I. It can actually be turned into drinks. Haley and I were just being lazy and slamming them, which is good, but like, I don't know, you can mix it with oat milk. It's a matcha-based drink. It's made with the highest grade matcha literally available on Earth, so
It has a really like silky texture to it and like kind of like a tropical taste a little bit.
Truly.
Yeah, it was nice.
So have some fun with it. We were just literally too busy to have fun with
it's
it.
convenient. It's convenient. The reason I like having that because like you literally just throw it in your pocket with your keys.
Yeah, in my suitcase I had 6 of them with me in Vancouver.
Yeah, and it tastes good when it's cold, tastes good when it's warm. So like it's just convenient little pack of something that's actually like not horrible for you.
We did it for 7 days, and I'm kind of sad that there's not a bunch more. Genuinely.
I did it for 6 days because I'm saving one for tomorrow when I really, really, really need it. And also, let the record show, Barry was not feeling well this week.
Yeah.
I didn't get sick.
That's true.
So.
Yeah. One thing I like is that they donate 5 cents from every bottle to organizations that help people with mental health issues and specifically homeless people. And I think that's really incredible considering my father passed away as a homeless person. So kudos to you guys for doing good things for good people.
That's a story for later.
Yeah, it is. And they're also 100% carbon neutral, which is shocking. How do you even pull that off anymore?
We love to hear it. So if somebody wanted to go buy Magic Mind, do you got any like discounts or like what can we?
Yeah,
try
Sailorberry 20. If you punch that in, you can save up to 48% off on your first subscription.
It's actually a really good deal.
For the next 10 days. I know, right? That's crazy.
Why is it not Haley 20? Rude.
Next time, babe. Next time.
Magic Mind. Whatever. No, that's fine.
Yeah.
So Sailorberry 20?
Sailorberry 20.
Yeah.
More links and information down below as needed, but yeah. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode, and thank you guys for sitting around and watching all the shenanigans.
Yes, thanks Magic Mind. Appreciate it.
Have a good one.
Pop off, King.